Listen, the world moves really fast right now. Way too fast for me. I'm from small town. Okay, like keep things simple. I go home every day. I have my PB&J. I take a nap. Like, the world moves way too fast for me. Things happen that I'm just not. We just had our company, I think, sold to the company I used to work for. There's a million. And I'm a believer when the world gets more crazy, simplify. That works for me. Simplify. It was always my life, a catch was really easy. And now the NFL uses words like process of the catch, a football move toward the end zone. What? Can we just go back to what's a catch and what's not a catch? So let me start with this. Sports rules should be created for three reasons. Number one, speed the game up. Rules should be created, speed the game up. Number two, reduce violence. And number three, avoid confusion. The problem yesterday at the end of that game with the Steelers-Patriots, it slowed the game up and increased confusion. Now, the call was right based on the interpretation of the new rule. When Jim Nantz and Tony Romo were like, that's a touchdown, I'm thinking, no, it's not. You've taught me this is no longer a catch. I was at home going, no, it's not a touchdown based on this goofy new rule. Okay, here's my issue. Anytime anybody crosses the end zone, can we make this real simple? Interception for a touchdown, quarterback keeps it, running back, tight end, wide receiver. If you have possession and the ball crosses the plane, touchdown. You don't need to, I don't care about how you land. I care about how you land when I'm on a plane. Then the landing's important. I don't care about how you land once you cross the end zone. Have possession, running back, quarterback, DB, anybody, cross the plane, touchdown, done. We're getting further and further away from the word that matters, catch. We're getting further and further away from two words that matter, common sense. Now it's always the process of the catch and crossing the plane. And is it a football move? Let's just go back and simplify a very confusing world we live in. Catch. In my world, this is a catch. In fact, you could make the argument catch, fumble, recovered Steeler in. No, the NFL's not picking on the Steelers. Don't be an idiot. The three biggest brands in this league are the Cowboys, the Steelers, and the Packers. They're not pulling for New England. The minute Terry Bradshaw left the Steelers, they were still popular for 20 years. When the Cowboys are bad, they're still popular. When the Packers are bad, rarely, they're still popular. When Tom Brady and Belichick leave New England and they're 6-10, nobody will care about him. Nobody's picking on the league. What they've done is they've added confusion to a really simple play. One word, catch. Let me segue to this, though. Friday, I did something I almost never do. I did a game preview. I don't really do those except for the Super Bowl. But I did it because I wanted to make a point. I predicted New England would win. They'd win by about the line, not why I didn't put it in the Blazing Five. They'd win by about 3 to 4 points. They'd win. It would be close. But Vegas had it right. The system of New England is better than the star-reliant Steelers. The system won a Super Bowl without Gronk. The system now has a number one seed without Julian Edelman. Star-reliant Pittsburgh no longer has Ryan Shazier, and for a while does not have Antonio Brown. They will not be the same football team. And the reason I have been so tough on Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, it is the coach's responsibility, not the quarterback's, to create a culture. I have said this about Pete Carroll in Seattle and Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Too much noise, too much chatter, too much volume, not enough detail. Oh, isn't it ironic that New England beat Seattle in the Super Bowl on a goal line play late? Isn't it ironic that they beat the Steelers yesterday, utter confusion in a goal line play late? So here is classic why I criticize the Steelers culture. Like the Seahawks, too much noise, not enough details. Pittsburgh's ball, 28 seconds left, second down, 10-yard line, clock is stopped. They have all day. They can honestly, this is after the goal line controversy, which took 4.5 minutes. They could go to the sideline. They could dial it up. They had nothing but time. It was like an extended timeout. New England prepared, didn't bite on the fake, Didn't call a timeout like they did against the Seahawks. Let the Steelers swim in chaos. The Seahawks, like the Steelers, appeared disorganized, appeared frenzied. New England, why didn't they jump on that fake by Big Ben? Because the Cowboys bit on that fake last year against Big Ben and the Steelers, and Antonio Brown got a touchdown. But the Patriots system, well coached, situationally, in my lifetime, the greatest football team was absolutely prepared, didn't bite on the fake. For the second time in a huge TV moment, let the Steelers and Seahawks swim in the chaos. At 4.5 minutes after that replay, you don't get out of bounds, and then you walk to the line, pump fake. Big Ben could have thrown it away. You could have kicked a field goal. You had more downs. This, not the officials, this is why New England owns the Steelers. Preparation, detail. So if you lose a Gronk, you lose an Edelman, you lose a corner like Darrelle Revis several years ago, the system is in place. Listen, here's a little tidbit of how detailed the Patriots are. The Patriots win the toss and they defer. Why do they do that? Because New England, Tony Romo talked about this during the game. New England wants the ball to start the second half, knowing that fans still getting beers and suds and going to the bathroom are not back to their seats until about 5 minutes into the second half. Translation, Patriots get the ball, and it's virtually a neutral site or a home game. The crowd's not in their seats yet. They even prepare and outsmart teams in the coin toss. After the game, Big Ben explained the play call and the interception. I'm not sure I buy this. Here it is.
Was the last play your call to go for it, the fake spike?
It wasn't a fake spike. I was yelling clock it because I felt like that was the thing to do, was clock it and get yourself one play. And it came from the sideline, don't clock it, don't clock it. Well, at that time, I'm already got everyone thinks it's clock, so you don't have time to try and get everyone lined up. So it's I tried to. Eli saw that he kind of ran a quick slant in there, and at that time you just got to try and make a play, and probably didn't make a good enough throw.
Let me just say this: Big Ben and Tomlin. There has felt like a gap between those two for several years. What Tomlin said after, what my eyes told me, what Big Ben said after, I'm just going to say they don't all line up. Once again, a gap, lack of communication, in crisis. Pittsburgh really beat itself.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.